Welcome to the Elements of Spirit for the week of October 1st, 2017. This is the reading for the element of Earth, which contains the sun signs of Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. If you haven't listened to the ether reading, go back and check that out now. But it was a very beautiful massage of Together We Rise with this gorgeous upward spiral. We rise together, we fall apart. We can't just stand. We may just fall. We only rise together. So, it's all or nothing. Nobody's left out. At least not of this party. Not of this party. Okay. Let us unite and unify around the truth and distribute the seeds of what we know freely and blissfully. That was the ether affirmation. If you haven't watched the video, go back and check it out now. Give some good advice, reflection, guidance about engaging the truth or asserting the truth when confronted with lies. You do not need to tell someone else that they're wrong in order for you to be right. You can just assert the truth more, spread the seeds of the truth, spread the seeds of knowledge, keep it just bright and shiny. But let's see what's up with the earth. Funny. Its earth says, Hulk angry. So funny. Angry. Maybe you're not feeling this yet, but I think it's going to hit during the week. And what they're saying is that if you find yourself getting weirdly and psychotically angry this week, it's because... hello. It's because you are empathically feeling earth rage. We talked about this either last week or a couple weeks ago, but cumulative pain of earth body is felt most acutely by you. Now, let's be clear here. This is not about the cumulative pain of the earth body. It's not just about like what's been going on lately. It's not just about like, we talked, I don't remember, a couple weeks ago about how, there's no difference between your body and the earth body, but that the earth element ends up feeling it the most because you're already full of element earth, and guess what? So is the earth full of element earth, but also fire, water, air, and ether. There's just an easier resonance with y'all. And what's interesting about this is that this is not about that was it. The read a while ago was that you were feeling the physical, the pain of the earth body in your physical pain, in your physical body. Sorry. You were feeling the pain of the earth body in your individual physical bodies. The difference now is that the earth, your body, is having a kind of overload experience, almost like when you have to take really strong antibiotics and like nothing's wrong but nothing's right. And it's like obviously a physical thing that's going on. There's a fucking war going on in your belly or in your throat or in your butt or in your head or wherever you're taking the antibiotics, and it's going on. And it's like everything is living and dying and living and dying and living and dying. And that's tremendous, energetic reactions that are occurring. Death and life happening all at the same time. Proliferation of bacteria and the destruction of bacteria. So the idea is that if you remember what that feels like when you're fighting off a really big illness, that's what's happening in the earth body right now, on the globe right now, fighting off learning to balance and heal, pathogens, infections, diseases, imbalances, right? That's how you can think of all of those things. Imbalances, energetic imbalances, a lot of them being worked out. So what's happening with you is not that you're in pain. It's not that you're in pain. It's not that your body hurts more than ever. In fact, you may even have less physical pain than you did last week. But now we get into that healing state where it's got the vibe of like wanting to itch underneath the cast, or even more appropriately, it's like King Kong, swatting a helicopter away like it's a fly. It's just got that energy of there's so much going on. There's so much information and transmutation and change that's been going on in me and around me, in my individual body, in the world at large, in the global body, in the universe at large. So much action going on. And you earth elements this week are like, oh, and then the irritation of that like builds up to the point where it's like, angry. Okay? So. Swatting everything away until you're in a rage state is not going to help you, any of us, unite and unify around the truth and distribute the seeds of what we know freely and blissfully. So we got to find freedom, we got to find bliss. Fun. Okay, so thank you for the foundation, which allows me to pause until I am centered. From this central space of calm, I inquire and proceed. So we're cultivating calm, we're cultivating freedom, which comes from the center. We are offering gratitude and thanks for this foundation. So just to reflect for you, well done. Three fucking gnarly weeks, but I would say even more so like 5 really intense weeks, which has caused a foundation to become established for you. It might feel tenuous, but there's something underneath your feet which wants to be thanked. Thank you for the foundation, which allows me to pause until I am centered. From this central space of calm, I inquire and proceed. I ask for more information and then I go. So the idea with you guys is that your physical foundation is stronger than you think, but because there's been so much stimulation, the way you're processing all of that mental stimulation might cause a, energetic tower style tarot card, like breakthrough / freak out. Hulk angry, right? So rather than being caught up in tension until that actually occurs, let's just nip it in the bud and thank the foundation, which allows me to pause until I am centered. Couldn't maybe do that so well 5 weeks ago, but now there's enough of a foundation to at least pause until I'm centered so that I can then inquire and proceed. And remember, what are we inquiring about? We're inquiring about what is the shared truth that we're bonding around right now. I have enough of a foundation to pause until I am centered, and then from the central space of calm, I inquire, what can I do? What's next? What am I strong enough for? What am I ready for? And then I proceed. And in sort of group endeavors, which was what the last water element affirmation was about, the idea is that rather than being the one who needs to move things along, you want to just put yourself close to the flame, like close to the center of the issue, close to the center of the conversation. Just get close to whatever you're being drawn to contribute to this week. Together we rise in terms of group endeavors, reaching out, communicating out, going beyond yourself, sharing your story, sharing, your expression. This says, let us unite and unify around the truth and distribute the seeds of what we know freely and blissfully. The idea with you guys is that you want to, in these group situations, use the intensity of everybody's emotions and minds to find a deeper center, to pause and find a deeper center. How do you find the deeper center? By being grateful for whatever foundation you've cultivated. By being grateful for whatever foundation you've cultivated. And let's just see, sorry. By being grateful for whatever foundation you've cultivated, and then you use that same foundation to stay paused and stay centered. And then from this central space of calm, I inquire and proceed. So interestingly enough, if you use moments of overstimulating group connection to get centered and quiet and calm, that leads you to a place where you can ask really good questions. It sort of leads you to more of like an air-based state. So it's like by using overstimulation to rally your body and center your mind, it gives you a kind of airy clarity, which allows you to ask really important questions that maybe everybody else is not going to see, or that maybe nobody else is going to see. And then from that central space of calm, you ask those questions and proceed accordingly, knowing now that you've contributed to this central message of unity, to this central exploration of the truth in unity, so that the questions that you ask lead you to engaging information and experience that you can then distribute, so that you can distribute the truth which is valid to you, which maybe you fleshed out now because you've actually asked some good questions, instead of just keeping up with the momentum and the hyperstimulation. You've asked good questions because you've been able to pause instead of keeping up with that stimulation, to pause and find gratitude for the foundation, which makes you centered. Once more, thank you for the foundation, which allows me to pause until I'm centered. From this central space of calm, I inquire and proceed. These are your elements of spirit for the week. I hope you've enjoyed them. I'll see you next time. Ciao.